And welcome to the live stream, everyone. Guys, as this is appropriately titled, it is final season. Again, I said this in my last stream. Best of luck to all who are studying for finals or working on final projects right now, or literally just anything of the sort. Like, I know that the end of the semester, no matter what it is you're going through, can be like a lot. So, best of luck to everyone. But yeah, I don't feel like working. I am very grateful I don't have classes on Fridays. And so, Thursdays are usually my Fridays. And because I have all day Friday like off, I try to almost do the things I would do on a Friday on a Thursday so that come Friday, if I need to force myself to do schoolwork, which tomorrow will be probably one of those days, I actually can force myself. So, I figured let's just do this. Plus, I feel like I get out of the routine of doing live streams and then I'm nervous because I haven't done one in a long time. So today, we're just gonna be casual again. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I threw in like I've got my little banner going because I watched a holiday movie today. It's in preparation for a video, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, so I just figured we could just chit chat about holiday movies or traditions you guys are looking forward to, or just, stick around for as long as you want, whether it's work you just want to chill off of or get over work or anything of the sort. Like, we're here to chill out. So let's see what we've got going on. Christian stopped by. Ladies or gentlemen, get yourself someone who's going to stop by your live streams and comment first. That's important. Jack is here. Thank you so much, Jack, for the well wishes. I send that to you and to anyone else. Like, whether it is finals or it's literally just like final projects, I just feel like school gets a little overwhelming. And at least for me, my college only does Thanksgiving break for like a few days. So you go home, you relax, and then it's like, it's finals. You need to get back in the swing of things. And so that could definitely be hard to get back into the swing of it. Oh, Benjamin, solid with the third comment. Love it, love it, love it. Michaela, yes, it's just look at us. Who would have thought? Not me. Speaking of, I mentioned this last time. You guys tell me if you'd be interested in this. I did a little bit of some Marvel fan edits or fan videos for one of my final projects in class. I don't know that I could upload them on YouTube because of copyright music issues or anything like that. But if you guys are interested, definitely we'll share those. I'm thinking maybe Instagram. It'd just be kind of funny. But Alex, hope you're doing great. Thank you so much. I hope you are doing well on finals. Best of luck to you. So nice to see you in the stream because I know you couldn't make the Hawkeye one, but glad to see you here. Anna is here. Jason, you're so sweet. I just decided, you know what? I don't do enough live streams, and I don't know if anyone else has been keeping up with this, but the kind of Twitch versus YouTube live streaming has been something I've paid attention to probably for the last like 6-ish months since I've started live streaming, just to kind of see what platform might win out, what are the pros and cons. And I have been kind of invested, maybe a little too much, in Ludwig's switch to YouTube. First of all, his announcement video I thought was so clever and creative. And so I really, really love the fact that, like, I don't know, I'm just super invested in all of that right now, which is awesome. Jason, Jason with the super chat. Jason, you're the man. Thank you so much. I 100% will keep you posted. You guys are like, you guys don't understand. YouTube is like passion project, but it's also like my like hobby and release. And then also so many of you guys come to my videos consistently that like I get to know you guys. Like Jason, you're always in my streams and you're in everyone else's streams. So Jason, this one, oh, sorry. Jason, any A's I get, this is gonna be my motivation. Jason, after this, because of this good luck, I will be focusing. Thank you so much, Jason. That is genuinely so generous. I hope you are just having the best holiday season. I hope you enjoy all of the Christmas markets if you celebrate just this wonderful time of year. You're the best, Jason. Like, seriously, you guys are, I'll just be thankful. And I'll say this for Jason's super chat, but for everyone else who's just like supported the channel or liked a video or even leave something in the chat, like, you guys, I say it maybe a little bit too much. Again, I literally said it on Tuesday. You guys just mean a lot to me in the sense that, like, it's hard to make videos when no one is watching, or to upload and know that people you know in real life could be watching, but not necessarily like know how it's going to be received. And so to have you guys like support me, to you, Jason, for like putting your money towards my little YouTube channel, like you're so sweet. And as Brandon says, Jason, the most generous man on YouTube, truly. Jason, you're like the super chat king. Like YouTube is gonna contact you someday and send you a plaque for being like, for the most amazing, generous donations of super chat goes to Jason. Like genuinely so nice. But like all of you guys are just like, this is where I want to come when I want to de-stress. This is when I like want to, when I'm bored, I'm like, oh, I should hop on YouTube. So you guys, thank you for, as much as like I like to create content, you guys have helped cultivate the community and the film community as a whole, because a lot of you guys follow me and my friends like Brandon and Chris and Jaren and everyone. Just it like, there's just a community here that is really special. So to all of you, thank you. But Jason, to you specifically, thank you so much. Oh, guys, the energy I get from doing live streams is just great. Like this is what I needed. Instead of a second cup of coffee, I needed this. Yes, so I've been just super invested in this Ludwig thing, this transition from him going from Twitch to YouTube, and his story I thought was just really interesting. And like I'm super tired of the dislike removal, which we can talk about later. But yeah, Luke, thank you so much for stopping by during work and for the good luck. Okay, if you guys want to see the Marvel edits, let me give you a sneak peek of what they are. I don't want to overhype them because then you'll be like, this is basic. I've never made like fan edit before. I have talked to the lovely Cam Silas quite a bit about how she goes about fan edits and like that sort of thing. These were for class, so they had like a specific purpose to them. The first one I made is titled Sexiest Ant-Man Alive. So if you can put the pieces of the puzzle together, it is kind of a riff off of Paul Rudd getting named People's Sexiest Man Alive for 2021. And then I chose some of Scott Lang's less flattering clips to throw in there, and then paired it with Justin Timberlake's Sexy Back to really give you the vibe of like what I was trying to convey there. And then I also had one, there's the TikTok sound of Mrs. Incredible or Elastic Girl saying like, come on, girls, leave the saving the world to the men. I don't think so. And I used the longer version of that quote along with the song, the like Bad Girls by MIA, I think is the artist, paired those together to create kind of like a juxtaposition of how Natasha's relationships are put, like contrasted, of her relationship with men in the MCU versus her relationship with the female characters, which is like largely takes place off screen. So that's what I'm super excited for. If I could say I was excited for one thing of Phase 4 of Marvel, not to talk about Marvel for anyone who doesn't want to talk about that anymore, but it's very like I'm excited to see new female characters get to form friendships at the beginning of their MCU careers. Yeah, I love Hot Ones. Benjamin, I love Hot Ones so much. Jason, again, you're the best. You're the best. I have to click on this again. You're the best, man. Brandon, welcome to the stream. Currently watching you while working from home. Daily routine. Am I someone who makes a list? Yes. If I could show you, these 3 sticky notes here are all different lists for different things. I have like a cardboard calendar from the Target dollar section here. Won't show you guys because we've got secret information, but I am definitely a lists person, and I very much thrive on having my day. I wouldn't say like I've tried to do the idea of, I think it's Elon Musk that does it, but like planning your day to the minute before. And I'm someone that like, I like lists because I can cross things out and I just get it out of my head, but then I can get stressed if I'm on a calendar and I get behind on a task, whether that is like by my own procrastination or fault or not. Like I like crossing things off a list, but I don't like fully scheduling myself to time because I'm not the best with that. But yeah, I feel like with YouTube, especially like planning, that's what I spent like I had a gap between classes today, And that's what I spent it doing. I was sitting there and planning stuff. If anyone is like a fan of digital planning, I have become this semester, I've become a really big fan of Notion, because you can have different pages for things, you can hyperlink, you can customize it quite a bit. So I really like that. It just works for the way I mentally am, but yeah. Oh, Jason, the best man. You truly are. Let's get you that plaque, Jason, of the most generous super chatter ever. Um, let's see. Alex, thinking about starting a YouTube channel and a podcast. I say do it, man. You're never gonna know if you like it until you start it, and most of the obstacle is starting. Because once you start, then you're done. Or once you start, now you're not done. The fear of initially starting it is done, and now you can focus on improving it to be what you want to be. Yes, Jason is lovely. What kind of popcorn do I like the most? I like the classic. You go to the movie theater, it's hot, like it's fresh. They made it within that hour, preferably the last 30 minutes. And I like to, my brother taught me this actually. You ask them to fill like a big bucket halfway. You go, you add some butter, a little bit, not too much because we don't want to have, health issues. And then we add more popcorn. We ask them to fill the rest of it. Then you add a little bit more butter on top. So then when you're through all of the butter, you have like you see what I'm saying? Like it's been evenly distributed instead of just only going halfway down the popcorn. So that's major key. Shout out to my brother for teaching me that. But Orville Redenbacher movie theater popcorn, or like whatever the most butter Orville Redenbacher one is, that is my favorite at-home popcorn. Target popcorn, severely underrated. We'll also put that out there. My day is going great. Thank you so much for asking. And my favorite aspect of Spider-Man. I think my favorite aspect of Spider-Man, and this is why when everyone was asking me the other day who my favorite Spider-Man is, I keep saying Tom Holland Spider-Man, is like he's a kid. And I feel it's the same way with Kate Bishop, is like, but Spider-Man having the powers he has, he feels a responsibility to do good. And that's what I think I resonate with the most, of like, if you're in a position to do something because you have a natural ability for something or whatever, you want to help people, but also the fact that like it doesn't make it any easier to manage your other life. I think I just like the fact that whether he's saving a cat or he's working with the Avengers, like he's trying to do good. I think that's something like I would aspire to be more like. Yes, the film community is the actual best. Speaking of, one of the film community's best, Jack, shh. Hey, you know what? Jack basically does YouTube for a living for Chat Sports. So I think you're excused, Jack. I think you can be on a live stream. Maybe you should be on Chat Sports live stream, but I'll keep your secret. Don't worry. Thoughts on High School Musical series? So excited. Frozen is such an obvious choice. I can't believe I didn't really think about that before. I can't remember if I did. If I went back through my live streams, maybe it got mentioned by one of you guys, but super excited about it. Yes, very, very excited. Thank you so much, John, for the well wishes for finals, and hi to Marvel Studio. How you doing? Hope you're doing great, girl. What's my favorite movie theater go-to snack? Okay, used to be really big Milk Duds. Okay, love me some Milk Duds at the movie theater. Then I guess you're asking about snack. Well, you said movie theater go-to, so I'm gonna go for candy. Milk Duds. Then I got braces. I had braces twice. Fun fact. And so couldn't do Milk Duds with that. So then I got onto sour Skittles, which I really like. And now there's something about gummy bears with buttered popcorn that just is really great. So yeah, I think those would be my three. I definitely love chocolate, but sometimes too much chocolate and butter is not. But other go-to, a Coke slushie. I don't really like Coca-Cola. I just don't. I try to avoid drinking a ton of soda unless it's Dr. Pepper, because Dr. Pepper is just, you cannot refuse that. But yeah, candy-wise, I think recently it's been gummy bears. Have I seen Arcane? I haven't. It is very much on my list. Yes, edits are super fun. I highly recommend them for anyone who has like even just a basic editing software and access to Google to say YouTube to MP4 to just download stuff. But oh yes, Ricardo, join the procrastination team. Like, this is the chat. I probably should not be sponsoring and helping everyone procrastinate, but but yeah, why not? Why not? My favorite Christmas movie. This will be exclusive to you guys. I will not be repeating this until I do my video. Because I planned to do this last year, didn't get it done, but I've had some time to really think about some stuff. I think my favorite Christmas movie, genuinely, is The Santa Claus 2. We'll get into reasons later, if you guys really want to know, but I would say that's my favorite. Favorite streaming service? I would say Netflix, because I started paying for it, because to receive early screening links, you have to have a Netflix account. And so prior, I would just kind of use other people's Netflix account. But now that I'm paying for it myself, I feel an obligation to use it more, and therefore I do. So yes. Favorite Xmas related films. Related, I actually do have, not to plug myself, but I do have a video about my like 5 favorite like Christmas adjacent movies. So they're not like they're not traditional Christmas movies. They're not like The Santa Claus or Christmas Vacation, but I would say those included movies like Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, although I definitely kind of think about Harry Potter more in the fall time, but definitely good for Christmas. And then like Hustlers. I talked about this last stream. I talked about this stream. I really just need to rewatch it. But specifically Christmas stuff. I love the Santa Claus movies. I also rewatched Christmas Vacation recently and Home Alone 2. So all great movies. Movies and Trains. I'm so glad that you figured out the streaming issue, because I know that was going to be annoying. Oh, okay. Yeah. White Cheddar Skinny Pop is really good. I think I'm just thinking of like traditional popcorn. I don't think I'm gonna have time to rewatch the Spider-Man films. And I watched all of Tobey's and both of Tom's a couple months ago, so I don't think I'm gonna have right after the first trailer drops. So I'm not gonna have time soon to do that. So yeah. Jack is producing a live watch party for the Cowboys tonight. Right, because the Cowboys play tonight. I was quite disappointed, honestly, about the Cowboys' performance on Thanksgiving, I will say. I'm used to winning that game, and it hurt a little bit that we didn't win. So hopefully they do better tonight. Girl, no, listen. Yes. See, okay, Dr. Pepper is amazing. I love Dr. Pepper. Sometimes I'll just be in the Chick-fil-A line and I'm like, oh, they've got the picture of it right there. I have to get it. I have to. Milk Duds is more so because I am not someone that, like, if I have too much candy, my stomach's gonna get upset. And so I like that Milk Duds, you can kind of eat them more slowly, because I would wait until I've eaten the chocolate and then I would like chew on the caramel in the middle. Favorite book. My favorite book of all time is The Great Gatsby. I think it is the most beautiful piece of literature. I absolutely love it. And I have watched part of the Robert Redford movie, and I really like the Baz Luhrmann one, even though I think it's a little over the top, but I think it's perfect for translating what the 20s would have been like. Yeah, this is definitely something that could get you into issues if you were like trying to monetize stuff. I do this most of the time if I was going to download like a clip for a video. So anytime I've like referenced like a clip. And so for me, I basically just do that, and if I'm going to use it in a video, I will just rate source, and then whoever the whatever channel I got it from is how I would do that. Yeah, the clone is crusty dusty in the Santa Claus, but he makes me laugh. I think he's funny. I have watched 1 or 2 of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies. I definitely read a ton of the books when I was younger, like this classic book fair. Like I was in line, like I was in line to get those. But but yeah, I don't think I've seen all of them. What's up, guys? What did I think of that third episode of Hawkeye? Really enjoyed it. My favorite of the three, Leo. And yeah, I'm really loving it. And Marvel Studio being the sweetest ever. I've seen that you're killing the game lately. Just wanted to show some appreciation for all the work you've been doing. Thank you. You're so, so sweet. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much to all of you guys, especially Marvel Studio and but all of you guys who like comment on my posts. Like, I love the fact that I know some of you guys by name or at least can recognize like your logos and your usernames. Like, it's so special to me. And I really appreciate that. I've been really trying. I actually wrote down some like statistics last night because I really like YouTube analytics. I really like looking around in there. And my favorite thing is that I can see like okay, how many videos did I do? What was the result as far as views and subscribers? And like November was just a really good month for me. It was exciting because we had multiple trailer drops. We had Lightyear, we had Turning Red, we had Disney Plus Day. Like we had all of that stuff and it was just so exciting. So all of that was really fun to do. But like it's also fun because I know that you guys are going to be like right on there and you guys have you're subscribed and you're going to see the content and I look forward like some of you guys I'll be like I'll wait and be like okay, has Marvel Studio seen the video yet or anything like that. So genuinely that means a lot to me. So thank you so so much. But yeah, anyways, sorry, that was a roundabout way to say I did do more videos last month than I have in the previous months and which made me really happy because even with school and stuff I was able to do that and you guys have just there's so many opportunities and stuff I haven't necessarily been able to talk about that you guys have opened the door for me. And then you're still so nice just watching my videos and sending super chats. So Marvel Studio, thank you. I love you. I so appreciate it. And I hope you have an amazing day. You are awesome. Yes, Alex, this live chat is so heartwarming. Like I didn't know I needed this. You guys are encouraging me. This is the spirit I need to get through finals. Yeah. Am I gonna plan a video of your top 10? So I don't know how I want to do this because my letterboxed list of favorite movies of 2021 keeps getting jungled around because um like there's movies I think are like the best of the year so far, but like my favorites like I'll put it this way. Initially, Black Widow was like my favorite movie of the year. Several movies have come out since that I'm like, they're technically better movies and whatever, but like Black Widow is a super special movie to me. So it's like I don't know how to rank those. So I may just sort of I'm trying to find a way where I can do kind of both, kind of show a ranking of them that way. I also don't know if it'd be I don't know. I know too I want to do something for award season this year because I kind of don't want to care about award season. I didn't this past Oscars, but I feel like I might this upcoming year because I think we could do a lot of fun live stream stuff. Oh, guys, my battery's gonna die. Give me uno momento. Okay, am I back? I'm back. Apologies for that. We love a small battery. um, I I would long story short, I would love to do one. I'm trying to figure out the best way to go about it and to rank them. Um, yeah, no, there's a lot of people. That was kind of the vibe. I was like, there's gonna be a week from now where we're gonna need to do this again, and it'll be like, okay, it's crunch time for finals. Like, let's get some motivation in here for everyone, and I'll be reading off motivational quotes or we'll do something fun like that. That would actually be really fun. But yeah, I figured it would just be it would just be kind of fun if we could all like see um what am I trying to say? We could all see like I feel like it's better when you know you're going through something with someone else. So TASM 3 easily. Oh, Leo, thank you. That means so much. MK, thank you so much for joining the live. Thank you also for being there at the Hawkeye episode 3 one. You were so sweet for being there. I know it was late and I knew you had to go, but I really appreciate it. The Hobbit trilogy. So I saw Desolation of Smog, and then I had seen, I think, the first Hobbit movie, which I believe that's 1 and 3. So I don't think I saw the middle one. No, I saw Hobbit Unexpected Journey and I saw Desolation of Smog. So I don't think I saw the middle one, and then I've never seen Lord of the Rings. Here's where I stand. I think J.R.R. Tolkien, and I think he's an incredible writer. I love the world building. I think that's something that Lord of the Rings kind of has on a lot of things. Like, it's something I don't necessarily I've been striving for a fantasy series, and maybe I do just need to watch Lord of the Rings, because ever since Game of Thrones ended, I finished Game of Thrones, I've been wanting something else. Um, my thoughts on the Hobbit trilogy are just, I don't think that book needed to be made into 3 movies necessarily. I guess it made sense to have its own trilogy because The Lord of the Rings was a trilogy, but they did 3 books in 3 movies, and then The Hobbit is a book that, like, I don't know, I just feel like it's, I don't know, why not make it shorter, I guess? Trim maybe some of the fat kind of thing, but yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Not bad. I love at the time I was I was a BBC girl. I was very into Doctor Who, was trying to watch Sherlock, and the fact that it was John Watson, the actor playing Bilbo Baggins, and then Benedict Cumberbatch, Sherlock, playing Smaug. I thought that was just, I felt like it was a little wink. It was great. It was sort of the same way that Daniel Craig and Ana de Armas are in both uh Knives Out and No Time to Die. So I thought that was great. Lee, welcome to the chat. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great as well. Any new Christmas music? Darren Chris's album, I like some of his songs. He did the Hippopotamus for Christmas at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which I felt like was the wrong song to do there. However, I love Darren Criss. A really good friend of mine, Shelby, introduced me to Leah Michelle's Christmas in New York, and she described it as like a song she could run a marathon to, and like it's that like motivational. So I really like that. And then yeah, Kelly Clarkson's Christmas music is great. Let's see. Of all the MCU series to be coming to Disney Plus, which one are you most looking forward to? I mean, honestly, the one I probably am the most looking forward to is High School Musical, the musical, the series, season 3, just because I really love those characters. I like the actors. I'm excited to see where they go with that series. I think that's the one I enjoy the most week to week, even beyond the Marvel ones. The Marvel one's great for the community, but I think High School Musical, musical, the series is just kind of, I don't know, I get to tap into like the very Gen Z side of me, and I like that. But I am also very much looking forward to She-Hulk. That one's, I really have my interest peaked with that one. Favorite documentary of all time. The first one that comes to mind is The Thin Blue Line, which is a documentary. It's I'm trying to remember exactly what it's about, but it just blew me away when I saw it. It's an Errol Morris film, and it's about this man who feels he's been wrongly convicted, but it takes place, I believe, in the 80s, or the crime may have taken place in the late 70s. But it's just a really interesting investigation of how you can use documentary form to tell a story, and sort of both be subjective and objective at the same time. I think that's something that film does incredibly well. And I really like that. Plus, I think it's a very compelling story, and it's very sad kind of what happened afterwards, but it's a topic that you don't feel. Apologies, there's a truck outside that is blaring. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but yeah, that is probably my favorite documentary. There's also one on Netflix that was just really impactful to me. Really quick, it's a short one, and it's called Period, End of Sentence, and it talks about like feminine hygiene insecurity in other nations, and I just thought it was really interesting. I think it shows how privileged Western countries, and specifically the United States, is in terms of simple things like that. Um, do I think Spider-Man 3 works as a conclusion? Yeah. I mean, he gets Mary Jane. She knows he's Spider-Man. He has an arc. He goes into the Venom side and fixes that. I don't think Spider-Man 3 is as bad as everyone says. That's my opinion. Um okay. Thank you, Reagan, for clarifying. I've seen 1 and 2 of The Hobbit, not the third one. Um okay, I'm personally care more about Harry Potter and always will care more about Harry Potter, but I haven't really gotten into Lord of the Rings yet. Don't know if I ever will, but ooh, if you could pick 3 book franchises to keep, burn, or give away, um, I would keep Harry Potter. I would give away Hunger Games because I think that's one that I would want people to read, but I would probably burn Twilight, and that's nothing really against. No, it is against Twilight. I won't lie to you. I don't. I've never seen the Twilight movies. That was something I meant to do around Halloween. Maybe next year. I'm probably not going to watch it this year. And Harry Potter is just very special place in my heart. Um, I did not get Tyron. I did not get my Spider-Man No Way Home tickets. To be completely honest, I feel like I'm lucky in a situation where my local theaters are not selling them yet, and when it came to Avengers Endgame, they still had tickets available about a week or 2 prior, and I know that's about the time frame we're in now, but I'm waiting for that. Plus, I have a few obligations the weekend that the movie comes out, and I'm hoping to go opening night, but there's a very good chance I might not be able to go. So I don't want to purchase them, take them away from someone else when I may not even be able to go. Am I a Family Guy fan? There are Family Guy clips that I see and I think are hilarious, but I do not watch Family Guy. Ooh, okay, 1, 2, 3 Rock fan. That sounds great, and I have heard great things about that documentary. I have a fear of heights, and that is just so I don't know that I could watch it. Um Tyron, new subscriber. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Worst movie theater experience. Now that is a very interesting question. I get best a lot, which is easily Avengers Endgame, hands down. But my worst movie theater experience, Monte Carlo. It is a chick flick. I don't think it's a romantic comedy. It has an actress in it who I don't know the name of, but like I would recognize her face in an instant. It had Selena Gomez in it, and I weirdly want to say Cameron Diaz was also in it, but I don't know. Um, and I went. It wasn't that well, I did not like the movie itself. I don't remember it. I think it came out when I was like 10 or 11, so I don't really remember. But I went to go see it with a bunch of friends. It was like a girl's birthday party. She wanted to go see this movie, and then and it was the night that the midnight release, when midnight premieres happened. We went to the movies at like 9, and people were lined up to go see Deathly Hallows Part 2. And I was gonna go see it the next day with my best friend, and both of us were like, we were discussing in the bathroom whether we were gonna leave Monte Carlo and try to sneak into the other one. And if I don't remember exactly what ended up happening. I know we didn't sneak into Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 2, but I bet it was me because I'm a rule follower and was probably like, no, we can't do that. And also like probably the other girl's mom would have freaked out if like 2 of the girls she was responsible for watching after were gone. So I would say that's my worst movie theater experience. The other thing is when I went to see Fast 9 this year, um, people have not taught their kids, and I'll give them a pass. Like this kid was probably 6 or 7, so maybe like he'd never been to a movie theater before and it'd been like a year of no movie theaters, so maybe he forgot. But like this kid was like kicking my seat, and the dad had like 3 kids with him. Like all of them were doing the same thing. So that was just annoying. But worst theater experience was Monte Carlo because I wanted to go see Deadly Hallows Part 2. Um Unpopular opinion. I mean, I don't really necessarily like Mary Jane the most anyways, but I specifically don't like I don't think Kirsten Dunst, I don't know what she got for the role. I don't know if she's supposed to be that kind of whiny girl because then I think she plays that very well. But I just don't find Mary Jane as fascinating of a character as I do Gwen Stacy. Again, Gwen Stacy is like a nerdy academic girl. That's the phase I was in middle school when I saw those movies. So that was more impactful to me. Whereas now I'm about the same age as Mary Jane, but I don't really like relate to her, and so I don't think it's necessarily Kirsten Dunst's fault. But I don't necessarily care for her as an actress. I'm not saying she's a bad actress. I'm just saying I don't always love the things that she's in. A movie that always makes you hungry. I mean, anytime I see Brad Pitt eating in a movie, I'm like, well, shoot, where's my popcorn? Like, where's my stuff? Um, why am I not eating anything? Um, Cloudy with a Chef and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I've never seen Chef. I still need to watch Chef. I would say, I mean, Elf. I've always kind of wanted to try the nasty, like really syrupy noodles that he has because I kind of have an inkling that it would taste weird, but it might taste good. But it's something like that. If you could pick 3 movie franchise to keep, okay, keep, give away, and burn. So I'm imagining a DVD. I'm keeping one. I'm giving one to a friend, never to be seen again, and burn to like forget. Ooh, this is okay. This is difficult because I would say these are the 3 most important like movie franchises to me. MCU would be the keep. I'm not messing around with that. Okay. Here's the thing. I like all the Harry Potter movies. I do not like all the Star Wars movies. Um, but I don't know that I would burn it. Do I still get to retain my memories of it? I guess this is maybe the wrong I'm asking for the rules of this is supposed to be a simple game. I would say keep MCU. Like if I'm giving it away, can I go over to the friend's house and watch it? I'm gonna burn Star Wars. I'm gonna burn Star Wars because I do not like Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones. I like Revenge of the Sith. I don't like The Last Jedi. I like Rogue One, but I don't like Solo. And I love the original trilogy. And I really like Rise of Skywalker even better than I like Force Awakens, quite honestly. So I think that would be in this hypothetical world. I'm not actually going to do any of these. Don't worry, anyone. But in a hypothetical world, I think I would burn Star Wars, give away Harry Potter, keep MCU. Would I? Ooh, great question. Would you like Blockbusters back if they had a streaming service, or would you like the stores back, or none of the above? I loved going to Blockbusters as a kid. I loved it. It is also where my dad taught me about impulse purchases and how they put things at the front of a store. So while you're waiting in line, you look at the pack of gum and you're like, I could use a pack of gum or a Hershey's bar or Skittles or whatever. And in a Blockbusters, it was even more effective because it was like you're going home for a movie night, just snag those. Not snag as in steal, snag as in, buy them and take them home and then eat them. I think here's the thing. I have a collection of DVDs that I've paid for to permanently have. So obviously permanently having them, I don't necessarily need to watch them right away, but I don't think I would like Blockbusters because it's inconvenient to have to take stuff back somewhere or only have it for a rental period of time. I do really like Redbox, and here's actually a really great way that I would recommend if you want to build a physical media collection. And you're not picky necessarily about the format. Sometimes you can choose, sometimes not. You can buy the Red Box movies. You can buy them, and I'm pretty sure you can buy them in Blu-ray. So like for some movies, you'll go and you'll rent it, and it'll be like 99 cents per day, and then you just return it by the next day, and it's literally $1. But then if you overcharge, it's like $1.50. Well, you can buy it for like $2 or $3, I want to say. Maybe more, 6. I don't know. I haven't done it in a while. But if Blockbuster had a streaming service, I feel like it would be the most similar to Netflix, to where it would have a lot of stuff. I just don't think a rental company of physical media would do well anymore. And you're hypothetically renting streaming because you pay for it every month, and you are subject to what comes and goes from their library. Great question, but I don't think I would. Rip to Blockbuster, pour one out for the homies. I love the aesthetic of Blockbuster, and the fact that it's gone is why we love it. I think if it was around, no one would use it. That's why it went out of business in the first place. Um, I think this is meaning say am I a fan of Miley Cyrus? I'm not really. I liked Malibu, and obviously I was a very big Hannah Montana fan. I had do you guys remember the iHomes were really popular back in the day? I feel like the inductive charging on the back of phones now has kind of brought us back to that model of like charging our phones at night instead of just plugging them in with a cable. Um I was a big Miley fan or Hannah Montana fan, I will say. Miley Stewart. Miley Cyrus, not really. In recent years, I'm not a fan. When I was younger, yes, but let's see. No, I did not see this spoder, but that's really upsetting. Here's the thing, when I this is I talked about this a little bit on the stream on Tuesday, so I'm not gonna like beat a dead horse or like repeat myself too much. But I like come on, it's a movie. It's a great movie. Or we hope it's gonna be a great movie. If it's crap and this guy was I'm assuming you mean jumped as in like his tickets were stolen and he was like assaulted, but like that's terrible. Please no one ever do this to anyone. Like be an honest person, buy your tickets, and if you didn't get your tickets, I'm sorry. That's just the world we live in. It's not fair. Like that's it. Tyron, the best moment. Let's see if I can find a better moment than Avengers Endgame because I keep saying Avengers Endgame, but I've been to the movies a lot. Um, the best moment seeing a movie in a theater. Here's a funny story. I went to go see The Fault in Our Stars, 2014. My best friend and I were so excited. We had both read the book. It's probably The Abundance of Catherines is my favorite John Green book. Not that anyone asked, but Fault in Our Stars is a close second. So when the movie came out, I went with my best friend. We were gonna go see it, and I went to open as the like credits were rolling and like there's kind of loud, not credits, not the end, beginning of the movie when they're showing like the production company and the distribution company and blah 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 blah. I went to open my Skittles and they started to go everywhere, my sour Skittles, which we talked about previously, and I was like held them in my hand because I didn't want them to go all over the floor. I was like, this is fine. Like, I think they were all kind of in one hand or like up against my hoodie or something. So I was like, I'll just eat them out of my hand. Then, of course, Fault in Our Stars, very emotional movie. I get clammy hands, so I'm crying. My hands are a little sweaty from being in one position the whole movie. And I get out of the theater and I've eaten all my Skittles. And I look down at my hand and it is completely dyed, like tie dye of all of the sour Skittle colors. And I smelt like that like acidic fruity smell that that sour Skittles smell like, if you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, that was my experience watching Fault in Our Stars. And then I couldn't like wipe my eyes when I was crying because they had the sour stuff and that would just burn. So that was that experience for me. But yeah, best will always be when Kat picked up Mjolnir. I went I went bat crazy when that happened. Just absolutely. Yes, I'm a fan of the High School Musical trilogy. And what are your thoughts on everyone thinking part two is the best of all? They are certified correct. High School Musical 2, best movie. I remember watching it live. There's a thunderstorm, and we had satellite TV growing up, and it knocked that puppy out as Gotta Go My Own Way came on. And so not only did I not know that evening whether Troy and Gabriella were going to be reunited or not, but I also missed the Burnin' Up music video premiere that everyone talked about. And I have recently realized and remember that the first Phineas and Ferb episode premiered after High School Musical 2. It was the roller coaster episode. And if anyone ever had a DVR as a kid that you could set to record like 30 minutes after you're recording, just in case it went over, it recorded the Phineas and Ferb episode. So my memory is that I had to go to bed during Gotta Go My Own Way, and I didn't get to watch the resolution until the next morning. But maybe I got to stay up. I don't remember exactly. But yes, I'm a huge fan. My thoughts are that people are certain that is correct. That is correct. That is the best. I think the best music is in 3. That one really feels like a musical, with very high production value, and of course the fact that it came out in a theater is a little bit different. But yeah, 2 is the best. Anything from the Fraction run that I want to see happen. It's hard because Clint in the Fraction and AJ run is extremely just like a loose cannon. Like he is kind of irresponsible, which obviously is the complete opposite of literally the dad of the MCU. I think the thing I want to see happen most is see more of Kazi's backstory, because that's the one thing we haven't seen yet, which is explored in that comic run. I additionally really want to know if Madame Mask is going to be introduced here, because she is also in that comic run. And there's some really, oh, you know what? I know we're not going to see, but I would have loved to, is we may get something similar, but I think it's going to be more streamlined, which will be better for a TV show, to Jack and Eleanor. But there's a guy they go see, and he's a villain. I can't think of exactly what his name is, but he hypnotized basically a bunch of rich people and kind of steals their money and tries to get away while they're all like confused. It's kind of the similar concept as what happened in episode 1 with the bombing of the auction, but it would have been cool to see him, because I don't know, that felt, but it felt unique, but at the same time, he is a little too super powered, I think, for Hawk and Kate. Have I ever cried during a movie? Not because it was sad. I used to go through a period of time believing that a movie was good if I cried. Like, there were movies where, like, if I came out and I didn't cry because I cried so easily, I was like, that was just a bad movie. Case in point, when in Iron Man 3, you could maybe say this was sad, when he throws the arc reactor out over the demolition of his home, sobbing. Also crying in Civil War when I really thought Cap was about to like take out Tony. That was really emotional. Okay, that's just the MCU though. That's very deep. Crying in a movie, and it's not sad, but I'm crying. I can't think of a better example than those, but like, yeah. Tyron, I do have a letterbox. I believe it is just Sasha Raquel. So my channel name, it may, I don't think it has extra L's after it. So go on there. I do have a letterboxd. I love it. I need to check out Chef. I'm a really big Jon Favreau fan. So I need to check it out. Phantom Menace it's a child's movie. Like, it is intended for children. It just has the political setup for the other movies. And that's why I don't think I like it. It's not, I don't think it's that great of a Star Wars movie. I think it's a good kids movie, but that is not insulting anyone's taste. I just think like that is the genre that it falls under. How dare I burn Star Wars, Christian? Listen, it is a listen. It was a hypothetical situation, and I was not going to burn Harry Potter. I can't do that. You should know, when we rewatched it, Harry Potter, I just can't. I can't. I have less connection to Star Wars, I feel like, than I even do Harry Potter. If that's gonna be a deal breaker, babe, then we'll figure it out. I guess. Who is my favorite interpretation of Joker? I think I like Heath Ledger's Joker best, not to be the most basic, but Jared Leto's is very like punk rock kind of portrayal. Jack Nicholson's is extremely campy, and I love it for that. But the scene where he has makeup on in the paint, which is basically like a Prince music video, it's very, the 1989 Batman is a trip for sure. And then Joaquin's is just, I would never really want to rewatch that. Not that I wouldn't want to rewatch the movie, that's just a very unsettling performance. I think it is brilliant. I think it 100% deserved the Oscar for best actor, but I would say Heath Ledger, just because I think it's the most rewatchable. I think he has a comedy to him, a very dark comedy, but he has that, and I think he's just super talented. Yeah. Reagan and Christian becoming colleagues here and co-conspirators in my downfall. Do you prefer the MC universe and to the events to be friends with superheroes, or binge MCU and watch them on TV? Okay, so you're saying, do I like them coming out? I have never had the privilege of binge watching MCU movies. I have watched them. I believe I'd seen Iron Man and maybe Thor before I saw Avengers. I may have seen more. I just really can't remember, and that's why I just cite like 2012. I saw the Avengers. around the week it came out, and I remember the huge posters and thinking how big of a deal this was and blah blah blah. I definitely I like watching the TV shows week to week. I think it forces the fan community to get together in a way that is just not possible when you binge watch a show. Like people tweet about it in the first weekend that something is out, and then they won't pay attention to it after that. And yeah. So I've never really been able to binge the MCU. I've just seen stuff when it's come out. Do you want to see more PG-13 animated movies? I'd love to see a crime drama or even a horror and stylized animation. Personally, I really like adult animation shows. Like I said on Tuesday, I've become a really big Rick and Morty fan. I like the humorous clips from The Simpsons or from Family Guy, or even like an occasional South Park clip I'll find funny. But I don't know that I would want to sit through, because here's the other thing that works well. With an animated film, they typically have shorter run times, both for the cost of production and just for the sake of the fact that, especially if it's more targeted towards children, it's the attention span is shorter, but also the fact that you can just tell a more succinct story. You don't need the fat. You can just really get it down to the essentials. So I feel like with the PG-13 animated movie, I would need to see what it is. Like I never saw Sausage Party. Like I can't think of something that would pique my interest enough to watch it. I'm sure if there was something that really did have a good premise to it, I would watch it. But I don't know that that's something I have a hankering for. I definitely could see it becoming a thing. It's just that it's like, I don't know. Animation at that point, if you're gonna really go for like, I don't know. I don't really know the price breakdown or how that would work, but yeah, 4 years is a lot longer of a time to make, say, Deadpool. I guess that's R-rated, but like say just take one of the Avengers and make them animated. It's going to take a lot longer to make an animated version of that than it is to just film it and add special effects. And so I don't see it being as popular. However, I think why not? Why not? Top 3 movies of all time: La La Land, Avengers Endgame, and then Beauty and the Beast probably. My top 5 would then extend to Crazy Stupid Love and Rocky, but I would say those are my top 3. Oh my gosh, Reagan, you're not going to get blocked. That's totally fine. I just don't like Drew Seeley's voice as much, and my favorite song is I Don't Dance. That is the reason my lucky number is 5. I don't even know if you guys know that, but my lucky number is 5, and it's because I Don't Dance was the 5th song on the soundtrack. So High School Musical 2, very integral part of who I am. Oh, what 6 pop culture characters would you form a team like the Avengers? I would pick, if we're going with movies, if I was going to create the most powerful team, I would take like it would have to have a theme to it. Because if it was the most powerful, I would take like the Terminator, Rocky Balboa / Rambo, which at that point, then I'm just like, we have the Expendables. I would take I don't know who else I would take. Pop culture. I mean, like, I love, if you guys are a One Direction fan, there's the Adventures of One Direction, which would be fun. But then if it was like a Disney Channel star, I think I would take Rocky from Shake It Up, Alex Russo, Miley Cyrus's best friend Lily would be in it. I would take Rico. Rico would need to be on the team. And I don't know. That could be fun. That could be fun if it was more specific. I just feel like I can't think of 6 that would form a team together. Or, you could just do a mashup of those and like Rocky Balboa with, I don't know, Lizzie McGuire or something. That'd be an interesting team. Best relationship is easily Peter and Gwen. Peter and Gwen are the top. Peter and MJ, then Peter and MJ, Tom Holland, and then Peter and MJ from the Tobey Maguire movies. He's just obsessed with her. Literally, like Mary Jane, kind of a Mary Sue, a little bit. Now, I will actually take that away because her backstory in the first one is interesting. But that's why I don't like the second one, is like she gets over her backstory and then Peter kind of treats her like crap. Like, that's the thing, is he's a nerd and he gets the girl of his dreams, but then he's kind of rude to her, like especially in 3. I mean, even when he's not being Venom, he's just not the best boyfriend. Like, your girlfriend is literally getting kidnapped and you still refuse to tell her like what you're up to. Kind of a problem, man. Camp Rock, remember watching them, not as big of a fan. Like, I would watch High School Musical 1, 2, and 3 any day over any of the Camp Rock films. Alex, thank you so much for coming by. I hope that this was some fun, a little bit of de-stress. Go on your day, get whatever you need to do done, and I hope you have a great evening. Thank you, Tyron. This lovely poster was from Redbubble. My brother got it for me, and then I have my Funko Pops. There's more down below. And then I have my cute little Believe, my Ted Lasso box. The fan text I was telling you about, the fan edits. For our class, we had to like present them today. And one of my amazing friends, Elena, made shortbread biscuits for everyone and put them in those little boxes as her fan text from Ted Lasso. And it's the cutest thing ever. And I will be putting the little Believe poster somewhere up here to inspire all of us going forward. If you haven't watched Ted Lasso, everyone, please watch it. It's worth the $5 for Apple TV Plus. Best Marvel solo movie. Let me think about it. See, this might not align with my rankings. This is where it's hard when you make rankings and stuff, because you want to make sure it all aligns. But I would probably say does it have to be an intro solo film? Because I would say Captain America Winter Soldier is probably the best solo movie. However, it's not in, like, he has Natasha in there, right? So that's 2 Avengers. Then I would probably go to say Thor Ragnarok or Spider-Man Homecoming, I think, are the ones that I would enjoy the most. Yeah. Most people, thank you so much for dropping my Letterboxd link. That is my Letterboxd link if anyone would like to go follow me on there. I haven't been that active lately. I actually was watching a movie before this, and I didn't time the stream well. I have about 20 minutes left in it. In A Christmas Prince. I've never watched any of the Netflix Christmas movies, and want to do a video about some research I've been doing, so had to watch the movie for research. I know I'm not a fond of DC, but I did actually really like Zack Snyder's Justice League. The problem is I would never rewatch it in its entirety. And I did feel like I don't ever want to be someone that's like, it's 4 hours, like, come on, because to me, like, the beauty of if you're going to do something like a Snyder cut, like, make it 4 hours. Like, why would you not make it 4 hours? I thought the chapters made it really easy to watch, so I didn't really get people's complaints that way about it, but I liked it, and I think what I liked is there were characters who I had absolutely no care in the world for, such as Cyborg in the first one, who had these like deep, beautiful backstories that were just never explored in the Justice League, shall it be named, in 2017. Probably one of my worst theater experiences. Oh no, you know what was my worst theater experience? Sorry, going to see Eternals. I wanted to leave midway through. So never wanted to do that in a movie before. Actually, in Justice League, 2017. But yeah. So yeah. So yes, I've seen Zack Snyder's Justice League. I did like it. But yeah. Mama Studio with another super chat. Girl, amazing. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. I don't know if you forgot to type a message, but any question you have, you're the best. So I've got you for it. Whatever. I don't know if it did something. Totally fine, but thank you. You're so sweet and you're so generous, and I really appreciate it. I really seriously do. I need to watch The Simpsons. I know I need to watch The Simpsons. The thing is, there's so many Simpsons. And it's like with Rick and Morty, there's 5 seasons. I'm basically caught up. I think I'm halfway through season 5 or a couple episodes into season 5 or whatever, the most recent season. So I want to see more. See, Arcane is what makes me think whoever asked about the PG-13 123 Rock fan, I think PG-13 movie animated is something like Arcane. Arcane's style is amazing. Oh, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. See, these are other great animated movies. I have not watched Arcane yet. I've seen clips going around, and I know that there's a season 2. But again, if you guys know me, or if you've been in the channel for any amount of time, you would know my one personality trait is not catching Netflix originals when they first come out. I am extremely bad at that. I always take too long. Like I'm still not done with season 3, and yeah, so still working my way around to Arcane, but it's in there. I have not seen Boys in the Hood or Menace to Society. I know I need to, but I haven't. There a lot of like I feel like I've seen a lot more movies from the 60s, 70s, and 80s than I have even the 90s and 2000s. And then the 2010s has been when I've been like tuned into movies the most. So that's when I've watched the most, I think. Who do you think is the best arc in the MCU apart from obviously Tony, I think has the best arc. Quite honestly, this is going to be an unpopular opinion. This is probably maybe my hottest of the hot Marvel takes is is uh is Steve. Steve has what a lot of people have called like a ruined arc because of Endgame, but to me, you see him become he he starts out as someone like from his own time just trying to do good, right? He wants to go off and do the fight. He wants to be a part of something bigger than himself. He goes and he does that. Then he's in the future. He struggles to connect. He struggles to fit in. He feels like an outsider. There's no one, he says the whole line about like it's hard to find someone with shared experience. And then and so he struggles, but then come like Captain America Civil War, he's in tune. He's on a level playing field with Tony, quite literally and metaphorically. And then he goes on the run. He goes from being a man who represented like his country. He was the face of the country, and to someone who is literally breaking his own country and the world's laws and being nomad Steve Rogers and running around to protect the beliefs that he stood firm to, as well as the other people who fought alongside him. And then he goes in Endgame, he fights this war with these aliens, he goes to space, he sees it all, and finally, the same way that Pepper says to Tony, you can rest now, I think Steve is able to do that by going back in time, and that's why I don't have a problem with him going back in time. And I don't have a problem with him seeing that he's not the one to a relic of the past cannot be the person driving the Avengers into the future. And that's why I think he needs to pass the shield to Sam. So sorry, that's a lot. But yeah, that is probably my biggest unpopular opinion. I do not get the ruining of his thing. I think Bucky knows. Bucky kind of gives him a knowing look and gives Sam a knowing look, and that to me shows he's not upset about it and he hasn't been abandoned. And to me, to say that like Steve abandoned Bucky is to lessen like the friendship that now Sam and Bucky have. So sorry, that was a very long answer. Any favorite moments? When young Maya is when her and her dad are talking in her room and she asks about the deaf school. I loved that moment and that conversation and how he says like he makes a reference to a bird and like being free, and she's talking about a dragon. I loved that conversation with her and her dad. And then I really loved when Nate was on the phone. I don't want to spoil it for anyone else, but when Nate was on the phone, that moment between Clint, Kate, and then the sound design too, so good. Favorite movie of 2021 so far. Right now on Letterboxd, I believe I have it as King Richard, but Being the Ricardos is my favorite. There's just still an embargo, so I can't talk about it, but I think it's my favorite of the year. Marby Studio said you can send $1 tips, so wanted to try that. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I did not know you could do little, like, just quick ones, but that's so sweet of you, so thank you. What characters would have the hardest time if footwear didn't exist in a universe? What a great question. What a unique question, Carla. Thank you so much for asking. Um, Easiest time would be John McClane because that is a great part of Die Hard that I love. The script of Die Hard is just rock solid. The fact that he takes his shoes off, is doing the thing where he's trying to calm himself down by like sinking his feet into the carpet, and then the fact that he doesn't have shoes for the rest of the movie, brilliant. Like so good. So he would have the easiest time. The hardest time would be if the shoes didn't exist in a universe. Also Tarantino characters would be easy because they always have their shoes off. The hardest time though, mm, oh, you know what would be hard? Like the tap dance scenes in a music, like choreography in a musical without shoes, but like the tap dancing on in La La Land, I'm thinking, or shoes. I mean, I feel like any superhero would have a tough time without shoes. Um, oh, you know who would have a hard time without shoes? Miranda Priestley. She would not be good without shoes. Not only because she would be missing a fashion statement, but because Miranda would not want to walk on the same ground as people who are not going to Paris. Eternals was your worst. Wow, that's crazy. I listen. I know I have an unpopular Eternals opinion. I said everything I needed to say in my 18-minute video. I still have questions, and I wrote them all out, but no one wants to hear me complain about it anymore. But it was my worst just because when you're watching a movie and you're just not enjoying it, and then you're thinking about the fact that you paid to go see that movie that you're not enjoying. Like if you're watching a streaming movie and you don't like it, you can exit. But when you're in a theater, I've personally never left a theater. Have you guys ever left a theater because you didn't like a movie so much? I have seen Invincible. It's very good. Um, I never finished it. I don't know how far into it I am. I know I watched several episodes this summer, but I don't think I ever finished it. I think at this point, I don't want to let myself believe that they're in it, but I feel like they have to be. I feel like at this point, as a studio, I don't know what's better because you wouldn't want to come out and say, nope, they're not in it because obviously that's not going to drive ticket sales as much as the speculation would. But at the same time, then people are going to hate bomb the movie. I think it will really just be in the final battle. I don't think it'll be the whole movie. But I have some predictions that I'm going to save. So stay tuned. If you're not subscribed already, subscribe for next week because I have a video planning to talk about these things. My predictions. Millennium Actress, I will add it to my list, Carla. I appreciate the recommendation. Oh, Reagan, you are so funny. I do not like claymation. I don't. No, I'm never going to try the Conjuring universe unless it is literally on in like a doctor's office and I am sitting there and my phone is dead. I'm never going to watch a Conjuring movie. I don't like the act of being scared when watching a horror movie. I don't like horror movies. I get that there's an art to it and a beauty to it, but unless it is something that is like really going to make me think or it's from a filmmaker that I really am interested in seeing their work, I would not check it out. Tyron agrees with me on Cap's decision to live his life in the past. It was emotional. I don't get why people are upset. I think there's certain things that just upset people, which totally have the right to be upset by. But that's something I just don't see as big of a deal with. Alex, how did you enjoy the episode? I hope you really enjoyed it. Episode 3 is my personal favorite of the 3 that are out yet, or thus far. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. If I could be a superhero and actually experience what they did and went through, who would it be? I would say it's a really good question. I would probably say I don't know because like my favorite superheroes have kind of tragic pasts and I'm a little bit weak and I don't think I would be able to go through those things or want to go through those things. Um like I would love to be able to like know I could like take on anyone like Natasha could, but I don't want to go through the red room. I don't know that I would survive that. Um I I wouldn't want to do the gamma radiation either of Hulk. I would not want to be kidnapped by terrorists like Tony. I the 40s would be fun, but not wartime. Because then you're worried about your friends dying, and then it's just the 40s after that. I guess I would get to live through a good chunk of time. Maybe that's a cop out answer. But then Cap's frozen in ice, so if I'm choosing a superhero, I'm not choosing to be like Peggy Carter. Maybe I would choose to be Peggy Carter. Trailblazer. Um, I feel like I'm missing. I wish I was as smart as Shuri. Um, but I don't think I'm as rebellious as her. I don't know. I'm not answering questions well tonight. If you could be any superhero and you can actually experience what they did and went through, who would it be? And like Wanda's powers are amazing and I love Wanda, but do I want to be an experiment of some weird experience? No. I don't know. What I'm revealing to you all is that I'm a wimp. In the Matrix situation, I take the blue pill. That's the person that I that I am. I'm not taking the red pill. So great question, bad answer from me. I have not seen Cherry. I know for the Apple TV Plus stan that I am, an advocate, I haven't seen it. Tyrant has left the theater. Don't plan on doing it again. Obviously, you never want to plan on walking out of a theater. But yeah, do I play games? I do. I literally played The Sims 4 earlier today. Sims 3 is superior in my opinion. But Sims 4 has kind of won me over. And the fact that it's updated more. I play Animal Crossing very regularly. I play the Marvel Avengers game on my Xbox. I'm not very far on that, but I am hoping after like the craziness of the holidays dies down, I can start to stream that with you guys because obviously that would be really fun. Um, I do love a good Among Us game, as my stream would imply, and I play Phoenix Immortals Rising. I love the game Moving Out on Xbox, but it's on other things, but I love it on Xbox. I have played Pokemon before. I have not played The Last of Us because I do not have a PlayStation, and like neither my brother or I ever had a PlayStation. Um, I'm really excited for that show because Craig Mazin, who you guys would know as the writer of The Hangover 2, he is brilliant, brilliant guy. He also was the showrunner and creator of Chernobyl, the HBO show, and he is the head showrunner and writer for The Last of Us TV show for HBO. He has an overall deal with HBO, and he also has a brilliant screenplay podcast, screenwriting podcast called Script Notes with John August, who wrote Big Fish, and I can't think of any of his other movies, but I love the two of them, but I specifically love Craig. And so I'm really excited for the show, especially with the casting of Pedro Pascal. I can't wait, but I have not played the game. Would love to at some point, but since I don't have a PlayStation, I can't. Favorite director? Always Taika Waititi comes off the bat, but I would have to also say Damien Chazelle is a favorite. And because he's becoming more of a director, it really is his words that get me. But I don't think Aaron Sorkin is a half bad director, and the fact that it's gonna be him. I also think David Fincher movies are fantastic. Yeah, Barefoot Miranda would be a little bit less intimidating. Black Widow. Black Widow has fought barefoot though. Avengers 2012. She's tied to a chair. Her heels are off. She takes out all the guys, picks up her heels, and walks out. So I think she would survive just fine. But Miranda Priestley would be quite fun. Best use of music in a Marvel film. Aside from the Ragnarok Bridge, that's great. Music. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy easily has the best soundtrack. I really like Run-In when Shang-Chi is on the bus. I think that's a great sequence. And I also really love in Guardians of the Galaxy, I think the "Come and get your love" at the beginning when he's on Morag, probably the best in there. And then yeah, I would say that. And oh my goodness, thank you so much for this. Oh my goodness, so sweet. For this super chat. I don't know what currency this is, but either way, you're amazing. Thank you so much. What do you think about the director? He has been an unstoppable sensation this year. Feeling like this might I think that's real. Think not. Hmm. I don't want to ignore this, but I don't feel like that is real. Googled it, nothing came up. So, gonna not answer that one. If you have a little bit more explanation for me, can probably answer it. But yeah. Best no, did that one already. Ryan, thanks for stopping by the stream. Just want to stop by. Stream is going great. Have a great night. Thanks for popping in. Do I think Wanda should get punished for what she did to those people in Westview? I mean, yeah, she's a bad guy. She kept them captive. That's definitely uh not something she should be able to do at all. Um and she should be held accountable because if any of the other Avengers, like if Tony did that, jail immediately. Jail immediately. So just because she's like stronger cosmic powers, um, should not be she should not be off the hook. But I think she should get punished. But I don't know how you punish because part of it was caused by an emotional breakdown. So, um, yes, I think that was the best thing that episode 3 could have done was the fact that they established Maya's backstory because having her have her own series, now everyone's going to be paying attention to her and tuning in, even if it's just for her. Like, even if every other aspect of the show dies out for them, uh, that one is not going to, you know? Yeah. So very excited about that. Being bitten by a spider would not be bad, but I don't, you know, I guess yeah, maybe Spider-Man would be the best one because you don't have to go through something really traumatic. Uncle Ben's got to die. Uncle Ben's got to die. So that's going to be hard. But yeah. What character would hate going makeupless? Hmm. Who would hate going makeupless the most? Any of the Maddie from Euphoria. If you watch the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. She has her eyeliner done in such a unique way every single time. And and yeah, she would struggle the most because I feel like she always, always, always has it done to a T. Perfect. Have I played Life is Strange? I have not. What is that? Let's look it up. Life is Strange. Oh, I have not. And why does Shawn Mendes? Why is that the first thing that comes up when I when I Google that one? Um, I haven't. There are some I was talking to someone on Tuesday in the stream about there are some really, really, really great sorry, my boyfriend is texting me about being a fool and falling for falling for bad chats. But anyways, I have not. There's a lot of really great games and there's a lot of really amazing storytelling and concept art and design and production value and everything that goes into video games, which I think is amazing. But because there's a story there, I like to I think consume stories and process it in my head. Whereas in games, I appreciate the story, but I wouldn't just get a game because someone said it was a good story the way I would watch a movie. That makes sense. Maybe it doesn't make a lot of sense. Um Favorite Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Did I watch all 3 books of Avatar: The Last Airbender and all 4 seasons of Legend of Korra? I own all 3 books of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I watched most of Korra. I want to say seasons 1 and 2, and then maybe a little bit of season 3, but I just didn't really stick with it. I don't think Korra is as I don't think the same story effort was put in there as in Avatar: The Last Airbender. What's my major? My major is entertainment and media studies. I basically the way I describe it a lot of the times is a combination between a film business degree and a film production degree. So I take classes that are both like theory of entertainment or theory of media and like ways to look at it, analyze stuff as well as like the business of power structures and why Hollywood is in Hollywood or how they make money and all that kind of stuff. And but it also has film production where I've made short films in my classes or learned to edit or that sort of thing. I have always wanted to see Place Beyond the Pines because it has Eva Mendes, uh, Ryan Gosling, and Bradley Cooper in it, and I've always wanted to watch it, but I never have. Andrew Garfield is 38. Yeah, crazy to believe. Crazy to believe. What are my thoughts on What If? Personally, I think it's the best Marvel Plus series so far, and I think the creativity was just so great. The thing I don't love is it's a lot different to create one 30-minute episode and have that be solid versus creating a whole season. I definitely think it's a great show, and I think a lot of people have either dismissed it, don't like it because it's animation and it's not the same canonical level, and then people just are not interested, which is again fine. You don't want to force anyone to watch anything they don't want to watch, especially because then they'll give it worse views if they're forced to watch it. But I really liked it. I really liked What If. I think it's brilliant storytelling. I'm so excited we're getting a season 2, but I don't think it's the best in of the shows. Come to think of it, most female superheroes probably would be stronger if they didn't have to wear uncomfy shoes. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times they're like put in like, yeah, Wonder Woman's like weird heels. She does not need to run in heels. Like there are women that can run in heels, and I envy them, but that's not comfortable. That's not. It doesn't help you be better at your duties. So yeah, Toy Story 3 is more emotional. I ignore the existence of Toy Story 4 to be quite honest, y'all. I did not like it at all. Which series do you think you had the best cast when it comes to acting? Personally, I think The Walking Dead has had the best acting cast. And I liked the original Walking Dead cast. I did really like the original Walking Dead cast, but I wasn't as big of a fan as The Walking Dead. I would say the best cast of a TV show. Euphoria's cast is really strong. I really like the West Wing cast, honestly. Like just really grabbing shows out of left field. And I really do love the cast of This Is Us, which someone asked about later. But yeah, the best cast, has a great cast. The Office, Friends is a great cast. I think it depends because it's like in television, I don't think you always have the standout performances across the board that you would in a movie. Not across the board is like everybody can be the same level of actor, but like you get more of a better performance in like a singular episode, or like this character had a really good story arc, and so this actor was able to do more XYZ. I think the Friends cast is the most iconic, but they haven't all gone on to do that much. And so I would say most actually talented cast would maybe be I just really do love the Office cast. I really do. And the fact that some of them are writers, amazing. Um Gamora would love going shoeless. One of my thoughts, well, Marvel Studio Well, with another tip. You're so sweet. Ugh, have a wonderful night, Marvel Studio Well. I genuinely appreciate you so much. You have no idea. Love seeing your comments. Love when you can make the chats and the streams. And I hope you have a great night. I'm gonna probably wrap up at 8. For anyone curious, but thank you so much for coming by the stream. I do really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great night. Thoughts on my final season of This Is Us. Y'all really want to make me cry in these streams. I am so excited for January 4th for new episodes of This Is Us. We've been starved for so long. I'm really excited for a final season. I think I am going to be heartbroken when whatever the fallout between Kate and Toby is revealed. We're going to see, I think, Rebecca die. And I'm really sad about that. And I am also really excited to see like Kevin with his twins. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I think it is great that it's ending with 6 seasons. Nothing made me happier than when all of the seasons got renewed for that show, automatically greenlit, but they were like, this is all we're doing. I think that is the best way to do a show. That's why I think The Good Place will go on to be one of the greatest remembered shows, because 4 seasons isn't even enough to be syndicated. I don't think, because you usually have to have about 5 seasons with about 22 episodes each. Some specials is usually gets you about 100. So yeah. Well, no, 5 times 20 would be 100 if I can do simple math. Danny, you're considering what to do in college. I think psychology would be a very interesting pairing because psychology goes into both film production as well as film analysis. I think the other thing to consider is if you want to do something as far as academics and entertainment, like become a professor or something, just study entertainment in your master's school or your PhD if you go on to be a doctor, like a professor. So I don't worry too much about it, is what I would say. Is I think you can always take classes when you're in college, and usually in your first year you probably change your major and not really delay graduation too much. So I would say don't worry too much about it. The Breaking Bad cast is great as well. I didn't like Toy Story 4 because I feel like it undermines Andy's sacrifice of his toys. I think by just them getting lost and Bonnie not caring about them, I don't really like that much. It's not in Woody's character to just run off, and I don't like that we just basically like reintroduce Bo Peep and Woody's just gonna go. So that's why I don't like it. I don't feel like the emotional beats are there because I don't think the story justifies it. I think it's interesting to show what if Woody is not the favorite toy, but yeah. My favorite episodes of The Office are Niagara Part 1 and Part 2. Because that's Jim and Pam's wedding. Niagara Part 2. Niagara Part 2 is my favorite episode, but then Stress Relief Part 1 and 2. 2 of the single greatest episodes of television ever made. Do I plan on posting my own short films? The 2 I did are technically unlisted on this channel, but they're really not that good. I would love to make my own short film in the future. Again, kind of do it more properly. But at the time being, I don't have plans to do that, but I'm sure someday when I do it, I I have to laugh. I'm a child. Someday in the future I will do this, and I would love to share it with you all. Most anticipated movie and show of 2022. Honestly, This Is Us. I'm extremely excited for, and the movie that looks really good, that's not like a Marvel movie or something to me, and it may end up being a flop, I think it's called it's some number, but it's Jessica Chastain, Lupita Nyong'o, Penelope Cruz. They're basically special forces agents, spies or something of that sort from a bunch of different countries, and they all have to like work together. And it looks like it's going to be kind of like an Ocean's 8, and I'm really excited. Most anticipated MCU solo title that we're going to introduce something new. I'm going to stick with She-Hulk. I'm quite excited for the Marvels. I know that's not like a solo project necessarily. It is, but it's not. And then new solo. Is Blade the only new solo one that's been announced as far as movies go? Thank you, Alex. The 355. Yes. I think Blade's a good pick, Spoder, but I think mine would probably be She-Hulk at the moment. Female superheroes wear heels because that's what they wore in the comics, because they were created in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and that's just it. I don't understand why it gets adapted to movies, especially because it doesn't make sense. And yes, she's an Amazonian warrior. She probably doesn't even need to wear shoes, period. But she doesn't fit in. I'm gonna get through these last questions, guys, and then I'm going to have to go. I am hungry and I need to go eat dinner. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Tyron. Totally am glad people enjoyed it, but it definitely was not my favorite. I am actually familiar with the God of War franchise, funnily enough, but I've never played it. My goals ultimately would be to be a showrunner on a TV show and be like, that's the head writer / creator, producer. I mean, obviously, like to be a Ryan Murphy or a Shonda Rhimes would be the goal. It's hard though, because like if you're someone like that, you don't have time to do YouTube and really get other people's opinions about movies and TV. I feel like you're kind of more sequestered. So doing this has changed a lot of my opinions, but that would be my ultimate goal, would be to create my own mockumentary workplace comedy, I think. Not to totally steal The Office, but to create something like that would be amazing. I used to be a very big fan of Stranger Things. I have not seen I haven't seen all of season 2. I haven't finished it in season 3. So I'm excited for people's excitement for season 4, but until I catch up, I'm not that excited for it. One series felt like got going strong and then got wrecked towards the end. Vampire Diaries is a good pick. I think that one you fall off of. I also think that Once Upon a Time, which is a show I intend to finish one day just to get it out of my life, but I have a toxic relationship with that show that I plan to make a video about. So that would be my other one. And my jumping the shark moment is very clear, and it's actually much earlier in the series than I think a jumping the shark point should be for the show to continue to go on. I did see Elena with the goggles. I don't know if that's her though, and I wanted to make a joke about Night Monkey, because you can't tell me they don't look the same. But I'm very excited to. I keep sounding like an idiot bringing her up, but she's gonna show up later. And with that, guys, thank you, Spoder, for sending us off with that wonderful message. I am going to sign off. Guys, this is such a fun stream. You guys seriously helped me de-stress. Like, I'm also have the energy and, like, the adrenaline to go, like, write a paper right now or do what I need to do for the evening. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I will definitely do these next week. I will do a specific, like, de-stress stream next week and the week after, likely, if I am available. Thank you guys seriously so much for watching. I do really appreciate it. I'm repeating my words. Good luck with finals. Good luck with the stress of work. Good luck with making sure you got all your gifts for the holiday season. Good luck watching movies, and just, if you ever need it, stop by the channel, watch some videos, or, comment, be like, do a live stream, please. And if I can oblige, I will try to. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Thank you all so much, and have an absolutely amazing rest of your day. Bye, y'all.